Okay, I'm here to unbox and preview the Makita 2012NB 2012 NB thicknesser planer. So let's go. Now it's 28 kilograms, which is quite heavy to lift on your own, but as long as you do it sensibly, I think it's doable. All the usual precautions, lifting with your legs, not with your back, blah blah blah, all that sort of nonsense. Okay, just packaging. So it's the dust extraction hood, push stick, instruction manual, that's about it. So I'm going to put it on the floor so that I can lift. It's got good lift handles, so I'm going to put it on the floor so that I can then lift it onto the table. I'll say, as long as you lift with your legs, not with your back, I think it should be fine. We shall see. Okay. Yeah, that's easy. Easy enough. Okay, so this is the back of the cleaner. Toolbox comes with it. It's got a couple of magnets in it for holding the blade guard and the blade, well, holding the blade while you change it, and a socket for undoing the bolts. So I can just put it in there. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's an American socket. Wow. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I think I have inverters, but that's a bit unusual. I'm in the UK and I bought this from Amazon UK, so I wouldn't have expected that to come with an American socket. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got a converter for that. That could be a bit of a bummer. Okay, so that's the outfeed table. Front, the infeed table, adjuster knob, on off. That's different as well. All the videos I've seen, it's been a flip switch. You flip out to turn on and push in to turn off, so that's a bit different as well. And I'll need to check the infeed table is level. I've seen a few people say that it needed adjustment, but that actually looks, I need to put a level on that. Yeah, no, that needs adjustment. That's too low. that's nowhere near level. Okay, seems easy enough to adjust. There's a hex screw there, which I think you adjust, and then you can lift the in-feed table so that it's level. Let's check the out-feed table. Yeah, that's way out as well. Okay, so I guess that will be my first job, is to get the in-feed and out-feed table to be level, so that everything goes in and comes out straight. So that is part of the reason for having this in the first place, is to straighten things. Okay, and dust extraction hood, I think, by the looks of it, goes on the back here. I need to read the manual for that. It's definitely going to be on the back, but I just don't see at the moment quite where that goes in. I'm guessing it goes into those two bolts there. There's two thumb adjusters there, so fit that, get the tables adjusted to be level, and get that sorted out. Shouldn't have come like that, not if it's sold in Europe. Okay, so at this stage, that's the unboxing done. So I'll get those issues sorted out, and then I'll do another video of actually using it for the first time. Okay, so I finished the last filming session by unboxing this Makita 2012 NB, and I had the horrific discovery that it had the wrong plug on it. I think I said it was an American plug. It's not, it's a European plug, but it still doesn't work in the UK. It's of no use. But living in the Isle of Man, getting anything shipped over here is nigh on impossible. So whereas if I was in the UK, I probably would just send it back to Amazon and tell them to send it to me with the right plug on. Firstly, they hadn't got any more in stock, and said they didn't know when they were going to get more in stock. So I did a bit of research and found that obviously it's a European adapter, and you can buy relatively cheaply for a few pounds a European to UK adapter. So now I have a 3-pin plug. The problem I had when I researched it was that almost all the reviews on the internet say this comes with a nice powerful 15 amp fuse. Well, in the UK, our domestic circuitry through these plugs is limited to 13 amp. The largest fuse you can get in a plug, in a 3-pin plug, is 13 amps. So I did assume that I was going to have to send it back, and that was, you know, that it wasn't going to be usable. So that was very disappointing. But there is a plate on the front of it that says all the details, and it actually says it's a 7.6 amp motor. Now the reason for this, I did do physics at school, but maths and physics, but that was a long time ago, and what I'd forgotten is if you halve the voltage, you have to double the ampage in order to get the same power motor. And it is the same motor in the American models, but because we run on 230 or 240 volts, our ampage is half what it would be in America. So in America it would be a 15 amp plug that you'd need, but over here 7.6, which is well within the 13 range. So having thought it was a complete disaster, one small tiny little very cheap adapter, which is a 13 amp, so that's plenty to take the power of this 7.6 amp motor. That's all I needed in the end. So disaster averted. So I can now plug it into a conventional square plugged 3 plugged UK socket, like so. I now have power, and I'm going to put a piece of wood through it to give a quick demonstration. I've put my very Heath Robinson dust collection system on here. I don't have the size of the nozzle that comes with these dust collection systems is huge. It's about that big, and I just have a domestic Hoover with a conventional, small nozzle on it. So somebody suggested, why don't you just tape a plastic bag on, it'll inflate, all the chippings will go in there, and then at least you've got all your chippings in a black bag ready to throw away when it's ready. So I'm going to give that a go. Right, so this is going to be very, very noisy. This is going to affect all of the noise levels. On the camera, it's probably going to make everything go a bit haywire, but here we go. So I need ear protection. It's very noisy. Not as noisy as the Titan. I can't remember which model that was now, but the base model that you get from Screwfix, that was way noisier. So this is actually relatively quiet. So I'm going to fire it up, put a piece of wood through it, but I need ear protection. I need something for any splinters that are going to come towards my face, and let's see how this works. Okay, well, I can report, first of all, my dust collection system works, which is great. This is unbelievably smooth. I mean, I don't know my sandpaper grits very well, but that feels like glass. I normally only sand to a 180, and that's way, way smoother than a 180 grit. I mean, that's unbelievably smooth. So what I'm going to try doing now is I'm going to try putting it through that way and just see what it does to the edges. In fact, I'm going to get 2 pieces so that I can check what they're like. Basically, effectively, it's a sort of cheap version of a jointer, effectively. So I'll start with 2 pieces that are the same, come from the same pallet, and they aren't going to joint very nicely. I can see air through there, and that would not be a very nice joint. I did try jointing on a proper jointing machine, and I can't do it. It's a skill that's beyond me. So I'm hoping that this cheap version, this cheating version of a jointer might do it for me. So let's see. Okay, so that should take about 1/2 mil off. So I'm gonna plane both sides, and I'll stop the machine, put the machine up, and see if I can do a bit of cheating jointing. Okay, that's the two pieces smooth on both sides so that I'm not going to splinter myself while I'm handling them. So basically on this side, difficult for you to see, on this side you've got a scale going up the side. I think you've also got one on some of the demos, they have one on the back as well. But there's a scale going up here, but there's also a little needle that sits against whatever you're pushing through, and it shows you roughly how much you're actually going to be taking off. So I'm going to use that. Okay, right. I think that's going to take next to nothing off. Hopefully, put it through, take off next to nothing, then put it down. So here we go. That is absolutely mint. I can't see any gaps through that at all now. That is absolutely spot on. That is going to make such a difference. And I've got a lovely smooth plain surface. I could actually put that one through again. I think could get a slightly smoother at the beginning and at the end. Obviously it's not true jointing, because all I'm actually doing is squaring that side to this side. So if this side isn't 90 degrees, then this side is never going to be 90 degrees either. So it's not jointing, but as I say, I tried jointing with my screw fix, which was a jointer and a planer, and I just couldn't do it. I'm sure it's a skill that you can learn, but I think it's beyond me. Yeah, so that's the two sides that I haven't cheat jointed. So hopefully you can see there's some quite big gaps through there. And then these are the sides, the edges that I have cheat jointed, which, as I say, I could definitely get away with this. But that needs doing again because it hasn't gone all the way. It's not smooth all the way, but it's, wow. Okay, that's it's one of the major reasons why I wanted to get this machine actually is because, as I say, I can't do jointing. It's something I should try and develop as a skill, but that is yeah, that is tremendous. That's really going to make my life significantly easier. So, as I said, I think in yesterday's video or in the earlier video, I need to level out these beds. I'm just going to turn this off. I need to level these beds because the in-feed and the out-feed are not level. And as I was feeding the piece of wood in there, I was feeding it in on the in-feed table, and then I could see it, I could feel it go one way or the other as it suddenly got onto the bed of the planer, which was suddenly at a completely different angle. So I mean these effectively jointed together almost perfectly, even though I haven't got these lined up yet. So I'm going to line those up. I'm happy with my dust collection, that seems really good. I'm happy with my conversion. I'm just going to feel the adapter. The adapter's not warm, the wiring's not warm, so I think happy days. Yeah, I will be selling my Screwfix jointer and planer because this one's a game changer. It wasn't cheap. I think I paid £540 from Amazon, but because I'm an Amazon Prime member, that included free delivery to the Isle of Man, which I have been quoted about £120 just for delivery of something this heavy over here, because it has to come over on the boat and all that sort of stuff. So actually really not a bad deal. It's just a shame we can't get this sort of machinery, that there isn't a shop over here that does, because we've got B&Q and we've got Screwfix, but they don't stock anything big like this, unfortunately. They have it on their website, but as soon as you say you want to check out, it says we don't ship to that area. They won't even ship it to their own depot, their own branch, for you to go and collect, which is a real shame. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to use it for a couple of weeks now. I've got some custom builds that I've got to do for a couple of people. That this is really going to help, because I was struggling to get the jointing working. So I shall use this for a couple of weeks, and then I'll maybe do a follow-up video of maybe stuff that I've learned, because I have literally, those are only the second pieces of wood. That was the first piece of wood I put through about 10 minutes ago before I did the video, just to check everything was going to work. So that's only really my first use of the machine. But on first appearances, it seems absolutely cracking. I'm really, really pleased with it. So, any questions, let me know. If you want me to do anything, demonstrate anything, let me know. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and all that sort of nonsense. All right, thank you.